right, good evening, folks. Tonight's a work session. We're on this end tonight just because we have a couple of items and we're going to push. We have no meeting next week, so I want to start with the Pledge of Allegiance as well. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We're going to get this meeting started at 6 o'clock. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Woods.
Thomas, are you here?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Meg LaFave.
Here.
Barb Beaver.
Here.
Charles Costick.
Here.
Rick Collins.
And our attorney is going to be absent this evening. Is there anything for public comment this evening? Seeing nothing for public comment. Two very quick items. There was a shared services meeting this week. Began to have some generalized conversations again. So get you some more updates on that. I have some packets of material that I'll get to you. The other thing was Speaker Hasty was in town. You know, one of the things that was unique about his visit was he was visiting a plant, Bombardier, which is really rooted in the city, but we have the test track in the town of Plattsburgh, so it's one of those businesses that expands in the region. But talking about how a product here in the North Country really is used down in the city and kind of the cross-pollination. But just want to throw out there that Assemblyman Jones, and getting him up here, we were able to bring him to Claire and Carl's, a local North Country eatery. And the reason I kind of throw that out there was Gary Douglas believes that Mr. Hasty is the first speaker that he can recall that has come to Plattsburgh. I mean, that's pretty remarkable within itself. And not only has he come, but he's been to the region 3 times. So it's nice when we talk in some sidebar conversations, we were able to bring up some of the North Country issues like infrastructure and those casual conversations. So just for what it's worth.
Yeah, appreciate that.
This evening, again, because we do have kind of that crossover with 4th of July next week, you do have some draft minutes in there. I don't believe that those are as pressing of an issue for the minutes. We do need to consider the abstract, though. Can I get Resolution 108, Abstract 6C-19?
Resolved that the abstract and audit of claims number 6C-19, 1177 through 1235 for $196,647.11. An abstract 6C-19A 196 to 207 prepays in the amount of $585,550.52 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisors hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Also, for consideration this evening is Resolution 109, 2019 Highway Road Striping Program.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh and Clinton County participate in shared services to save cost and duplication of service. And whereas Highway Superintendent Tim Dubray has recently been in contact with the Clinton County Highway Department Superintendent Carl Weiss regarding highway striping program for the town of Plattsburgh. Whereas the town of Plattsburgh has appropriated money in the 2019 highway budget for 2018, should be 2019 striping, onto a striping program. And whereas Tim Dubray, Highway Superintendent, has submitted a 2019 highway striping program in the amount of $16,787.94. Now therefore be resolved that the town board is hereby authorized Highway Superintendent to spend the 2019 budgeted funds from the account as so noted, and to execute the aforementioned 2019 road striping program. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Highway Superintendent and the Clinton County Highway Superintendent also.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood,
Second.
LaFave, any discussion? None. All's in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. All right. Next up for consideration, resolution 110, authorize the adoption of the local law number 2, the year of 2019, extension of certain specific use for incompatible with the mixed-use residential in the town's smart growth plan study area proposed zones T2C, T3N, T4, and T5 moratorium.
Whereas resolution was duly adopted by the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board for a public hearing to be held at the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board, 151 Baker Road, Plattsburgh, New York, on May 23rd, 2019, to hear all interested parties on the proposed local law entitled Extension of Certain Specified Use Incompatible with Mixed-Use Residential Development in the town's Smart Growth Plan Study Area, proposed zones T2C, T3N, T4, and T5 moratorium. And whereas said notice of public hearing was duly advertised in the Press Republican official newspaper of the town and was posted on the Town of Plattsburgh clerk's signboard. Whereas the public hearing was duly held at the Town of Plattsburgh Town Hall at 6:05, May 23rd, 2019, and all parties in attendance were permitted the opportunity to speak on behalf of the opposition and said proposed local law. And any therefore of part which Clinton County Planning Board, having determined pursuant to section 239M of the General Municipal Law, that said planning department has not identified any significant countywide or any community impact associated with the proposed local law. And whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board, after due deliberation, finds it is in the best interest of the Town of Plattsburgh to adopt local law, and now therefore be resolved that introductory local law number 2 of the year 2009, entitled Extension of Certain Specified Use Incompatible with Mixed-Use Residential Development in the town's Smart Growth Plan Study Area proposed zones T2C, T3N, T4, and T5 moratorium. And it be the same as hereby adopted as local law number 2 of the year 2019. And it be further resolved that the town attorney acting for the town clerk be here and is by directed to cause said local law number 2 of 2019 to be duly filed with the Department of State of New York as required under section 27 subdivision 1 of the municipal home rule. And this resolution shall become effective immediately.
Is there a motion? Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Hebert, any discussion?
What's the date this supposed to?
For which?
How long is the extension?
It will be a 6-month. So the idea is, that it should coincide with the smart growth. So, and I do not imagine us doing another extension to this. The smart growth is very much on track.
Pretty much on track.
Yeah, to be complete. Okay. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Bear with me, folks, I apologize. Rick, I need to get your signature, you're in tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Resolution 111, sale of surplus equipment to the town of Osable.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh has equipment that is no longer needed or useful, and it's necessary to take said equipment out of service. Whereas in a request identified surplus equipment from the Town of Plattsburgh Water and Wastewater Department, the following equipment has been recommended as surplus. 1, Ford F-150 pickup truck. And whereas the Town of Osable wishes to purchase said pickup truck for $2,500, now therefore be resolved that the town board is hereby authorized the items listed above and the funds to be deposited in the water wastewater account.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave, is there a second?
Second.
Give it to Costick. Any discussion? I'm just gonna give a little further context to this, just because typically we would do a work session to it. This is obviously surplus. We have been using international auctions, or Auctions International. This price was very similar to that. Bruce, in the water department, was also consulted on, general pricing, rather than post it again and then really not get probably much more higher bid. A local municipality that we do a lot of work, they're gonna pay the value of it, and we'll do the transfer that way.
That's
Okay.
good clarification, Mike, 'cause I know we use the international
Yep.
auction, which is a good website.
It is, so, that's where we kind of found out, the price
Okay.
structure, and this also helps them out, and, with a good relationship,
Okay.
so, yep. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 112, junkyard license for 55 Hammond Lane compliance.
Whereas the town clerk has received a renewal application and fees for license to operate a junkyard business from Randy Palmer of 55 Hammond Lane. And whereas Steve Imhoff, code enforcement officer, has completed a reinspection of junkyard at parcel number 220.8-8.3, only with restrictions. Now therefore be resolved that the town board does hereby receive and place on file said applications and authorize the town clerk to issue a junkyard license to the aforementioned. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town clerk and the codes department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none.
It says only with restrictions.
Yep, you'll notice that the parcel number is on there.
Mhm.
Right.
The issue that was, of concern, is, there was an additional parcel, for lack of better words, I'll use, a spreading that was occurring. So trying to work with him to,
So that's the restrictions.
yeah, trying to get that back,
Okay.
onto the appropriate parcel.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
I understand.
Just for clarification, I'm reading the letter that the gentleman sent in.
Yep.
On the front, complete reinspection of junkyard parcel, the resolution.
Yep.
Shows it is 8-8.13. And in his letter, he's saying, I feel that the junkyard license for parcel, and he's quoting 884.
I feel that the junkyard license parcel, that was the parcel that was in dispute, was the 884. He thought it was, he's basically saying that that's the one that he feels the junkyard license should be,
But
should.
it's actually for 883.
Correct. It is for, we clarified it in the resolution, that's why we put it in the,
Okay.
in the
Yeah, 'cause
resolution.
his letter is
Yes.
almost,
Yeah, no,
Yeah, he was trying to flip it because he was still confused
Yeah.
as to which one it was,
okay.
so he
his letter-
certified.
Okay.
I saw that too, Chuck, but I wanted to make sure the resolution.
Yeah, as long as we're all clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why we told him we would put
That it's for 883 and
that we would put in the
884.
resolution with his understanding of what our allowance would be for the permit.
yeah, okay, we'll keep that.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry.
Can I ask a question? Just
Yep.
cause the gentleman was here talking to us about it
Yep.
for a minute. 883 is the parcel with that contains most of the junk for the junkyard?
That is the junkyard.
Okay.
Yes.
And the sprawl has happened on the other
One
parcel?
that's not a
Yes.
parcel, that's part of the junkyard
Okay,
license,
and he
yes.
just has to move a few items back onto 883.
Mm.
Actually, be a few, more than a few.
Yeah, it's more than a few.
Yeah,
I've taken a couple pictures.
Is there possibility of, I don't know the background of this.
He was told that he could potentially go through the process of trying to make that an expansion of his
Yeah.
junkyard, but he would need to explore the permitting process and so on and so forth.
What is the permitting process for that?
You'd have to, it's by board resolution, there's some significant steps to it. But the problem is, the first part of it was he's been out of compliance for a while, and we've been trying to work with him to fix it. So before kind of giving like a rubber stamp to something that was out of compliance, he's being told to become in compliance.
And actually, Meg, if I can contribute, I think the November 30th, 2019, I think is a pretty flexible deadline in terms of giving you enough time to do that. Because I did go out there to take a look at it, so I could understand which parcels were, maybe which was in dispute or whatever. So I had to see it.
And the property was transferred a while too. I mean, there was not subdivisions, there was, maybe it was subdivision. But there was definitely property transfer between he and some family members and stuff like that, which created some situations, right?
So what happens if in November it's not resolved?
He will be out of compliance with an OTR, the order to remedy. It finds and subject to other issues. So it would be like if someone got an order to remedy now, and then next year, when his junkyard license is up, then the board could make a determination and have the conversation and say, well, you never met the standards of meeting your junkyard. We may determine that we're not going to issue the junkyard license again.
Okay.
Yep.
Which
And he
means
understands that.
Mhm.
we think.
It does.
His sister also
He's
got
been told
involved
a
as
number of
well.
times.
Yeah, another family member, yep. At this point, what I'm going to do, let me just make sure I got like this. I would entertain, a motion to go into executive session. I just wanna find my cover sheets for this. To discuss the proposed pending or current litigation regarding the annexation case with the city of Plattsburgh. Is there a motion?
Michael, before we go into that,
Yep.
can I just, I know that our department heads submit their monthly reports,
Yep.
which I'm very grateful for, but I noticed, and I wanted to make sure it was courteous to Rick, I haven't seen anything from the dog control officer, and I'd like to see something, or if the board, my colleagues, the dog control officer, some sort of
He's on
report,
vacation for the next 2 weeks.
next 2 weeks, okay. Is that something, Rick, you can kind of talk to him about? Because we haven't seen something in a while, so
It's been over a year.
I'd like to just see something. It doesn't have to be comprehensive, but
Yep.
I'd like to see a report in terms of activity.
No, I would agree. I think if we could see the number of calls that he responds to, or nuisance complaints, et cetera, I think it'd be good to see that on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
Yeah.
And I think that would be especially helpful if we progress with shared services, because certainly that's an item I think that's up on everybody's list for shared services. So I think, we really need some numbers to look at there to
Mhm.
determine
Mhm.
where we would fall with that.
And it's only because it's been a little while, Rick, so again, out of courtesy to you, I wanted to present that to you as a reasonable request.
Anything else? Thanks for that, Barb. So again, just to be clear, I would entertain a motion to go into an executive session regarding the proposed pending or current litigation with the city of Plattsburgh regarding annexation. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Caustic, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We will enter executive session at 6:19. There may be action to be taken, unsure at this time.
Oh, it's nice to have somebody come to our meeting.